Well, for more, I'm joined in the studio by our international affairs editor, Shirli Sitbon. Good to have you with us again, Shirli.
Good to be back.
Now, as we heard just then, EU leaders in Cyprus today, they're pushing for de-escalation in Iran, around the Strait of Hormuz as well. The US, meanwhile, says it's preparing for all possible options.
Absolutely, all possible options. Tensions are high. We heard this morning, and we heard just now the soundbite from Pete Hegseth saying that the U.S. has all the time in the world so the blockade can continue. And a few days ago, we heard an Iranian official saying that the blockade could last for a year as far as Iran is concerned. So the Europeans are really in the opposite situation here. They're pushing to reopen, to de-escalate. In the latest statements we have from today, the EU chief says it's vital for the world that the Strait of Hormuz reopens for the world economy. We've talked again and again about everything that's blocked, that people's there's hunger at stake because of all the fertilizers blocked there. So yes, there's a call to open up, but the U.S. intensifies its pressure. They have all the time in the world. But at the same time, while the Iranians and the Americans are saying they maintain their positions strong, their red lines, they're both ready to talk and are pushing for some kind of deal with one another. And as you've said, we heard that Abbas Araghchi, Iran's foreign minister, is heading to Pakistan for bilateral talks. So yes, we're hearing all about that. Meanwhile, the Europeans are also thinking defense. How can they defend one another, not just going through NATO, but also with the EU treaties? So it's the whole issue of Article 42.7, because it's supposed to defend each member state. When a member state is at risk, the others are supposed to help. But they're saying that Cyprus, for example, where the meeting is being held, which is in the at the very close to the Middle East, is saying the process is not clear, and Europeans need to make it as clear as possible so it can be used, right now, so there's no confusion if Cyprus or another country is at risk.
Meanwhile, Shirley, the US administration is reportedly eyeing suspending Spain from NATO over Madrid's opposition to the war in Iran. What's going on here?
Well, the U.S., basically, this just is from an email that we heard about. An internal Pentagon email outlines options, for the U.S. to punish NATO allies it believes failed to support the U.S. position in Iran. And one option is to suspend Spain. Now, Pedro Sanchez has downplayed this, saying he doesn't work and Spain does not work with leaked emails or anything of the sort. But what's behind this? Well, the U.S. wants, and it's said over and over again, wants all of its allies to be united behind the U.S., even when they're trying to criticize and to exit and to push to an exit in this conflict. The U.S. wants the EU and all the other allies to push its position. Meanwhile, we talked about the Europeans who are meeting in Cyprus. They want to have a say, and their role is essential, because we're seeing what's happening in Lebanon. The European role, France's role, UNIFIL, they're all playing a crucial role now in Lebanon, but also across the Middle East. If they don't speak up, well, then things will turn completely differently. There'll be nothing blocking, perhaps, the Israeli forces from occupying new ground, from destroying villages. It's very important that the Europeans take their stand, not just for Lebanon and for the region, but for Europe itself, to have a stand and to show the world that it still can speak and has power.
Shirli Sitbon, thank you very much.